As the evening wore on, the atmosphere grew more relaxed, and the drinks flowed. I was excited to let loose after a long week, sharing stories and bonding over memories. However, I couldn't shake a nagging feeling that something was off. The way Samira looked at me during those moments, an intensity that felt both comforting and unsettling, lingered in my mind. I dismissed it, convincing myself I was simply being paranoid. But little did I know that the night would take a dark turn, shattering the trust I had in my cousin and leaving me questioning everything I thought I knew about our relationship. As the evening wore on and the drinks flowed, Samira's demeanor shifted from carefree to dangerously persuasive. The warmth of the alcohol dulled my inhibitions, making me feel swept up in the excitement. We laughed and reminisced, but an unsettling tension lingered beneath the surface. "Do you remember that night we snuck out to stargaze?" she asked, her eyes sparkling. "What if we took that adventurous spirit a step further?" I hesitated, feeling a nagging unease. "What do you mean?" I replied, trying to keep my tone light. "Let's explore what's possible between us," she suggested, leaning in closer. "We've always had a connection. Why not see where it leads?" Her words sent chills down my spine, igniting a whirlwind of emotions. Deep inside, I knew that crossing this line could alter our relationship forever, yet the allure in her eyes clouded my judgment. "Don't be afraid," she murmured, her breath warm against my skin. "We're family, but we can make our own choices." As she brushed her hand against mine, I felt an irresistible pull. "Think of it as a harmless adventure," she encouraged, her excitement palpable. "It'll be our little secret." That phrase, "our little secret," should have raised alarm bells, but instead it lulled me into a false sense of safety. With each sip of wine, my reservations faded, and I convinced myself that this could deepen our bonds. Just as I began to surrender to the moment, a wave of clarity crashed over me. I pulled away, my heart racing. "Samira, we can't, this isn't right." At first, she looked taken aback, but then her expression hardened. "Why not?" "This could be our moment. You're scared, but you need to trust me." In that moment, I realized she was capitalizing on my vulnerability. I had entered a territory where loyalty blurred the lines of right and wrong, and the choices I made tonight would have lasting consequences. As the evening progressed, I knew I couldn't ignore the tension between Samira and me any longer. My heart raced as I took a deep breath and confronted her. "Samira, we need to talk about what just happened. This isn't okay." She laughed dismissively, but I could see the flicker of annoyance in her eyes. "You're overreacting. We were just having fun. Why make this complicated?" "Fun? Is that what you call it?" "You tried to push me into something I wasn't ready for," I replied, my voice shaking with a mix of anger and hurt. "I thought we had boundaries as family." "You crossed a line," she scoffed, rolling her eyes. "Come on, you're being dramatic. It's not like I forced you into anything. You could have said no." "I was uncomfortable, Samira. You knew that, yet you kept pushing." "You exploited my trust," I shot back, feeling the weight of my words. Her expression shifted, and for a moment, I thought I saw remorse. "I didn't mean to make you feel that way," she said, her tone softer now. "I just thought we could explore something deeper together." "Deeper? By taking advantage of me?" "That's not what family does," I responded, my voice steady but filled with emotion. "You need to understand that this is serious. I don't want to lose our bond over this." A silence hung between us, thick with unresolved feelings. "Maybe you're right," she finally admitted, her gaze dropping. "But I still think we could have had something special." "Maybe," I said, my heart heavy, "but not like this." After our confrontation, a tense silence lingered in the air. I felt a mix of relief and sadness. Our bond had been tested, but it was still salvageable. Samira and I took some time apart to reflect on what had happened, allowing the dust to settle on our emotions. A few days later, she reached out, apologizing for her actions. "I didn't realize how much I'd hurt you," she said, her voice genuine. "I was caught up in my own feelings and didn't think about how you might feel. But we need to establish boundaries moving forward. I want us to be close, but it has to be in a way that feels safe for both of us." Samira agreed, promising to respect my feelings. We spent the next few weeks rebuilding our relationship, talking openly about our expectations and fears. Slowly, we began to reconnect, learning to navigate our complicated feelings as cousins and friends. In the end, our bond emerged stronger than before. Though the experience was painful, it taught us the importance of communication and trust, proving that family